Hey guys, it's Pecha and Dragon. So today's video will be the preparation guide for Emilie. As usual in here I will cover about the material, explain about her kit, is she good or not, and including the build. Also maybe can help some of you that probably still confused pull her or not, because we know that we're very close to Netherlands, so a lot of people more conservative about their Primogen. So in the end also I'll try to share whatever that I know about Emilie. So let's get started. So as usual in here, for me, for the character introduction, I always read the first sentence so we kinda know what the insight from Hoyoverse developer side want to do with Emilie. So they say in here, Emilie is an off-field damage dealer who can provide continuous Dendro damage. So in short, we can say like off-field DPS in Dendro or sub-DPS in Dendro. So that's actually the dev want us to play with Emilie. And this is the material that Emilie needs, and also I will just provide everything the accumulation for how many that they actually need to max Emilie itself, and always thanks to credit to Devil Takoyaki. Okay, let's move to her kit itself, and let's start with the normal attack or charge attack. Basically nothing special, it's just like as usual. And here let's move to one of her main gimmick, which is the elemental skill. So for her elemental skill called Fragrance Extraction, I just do recap so for you easy to understand, you need to read. So in here, Emilie will summon this Lumidos case, so the one that looks like lantern. This lantern like time to time will deal every Dendro damage, so periodically it has like intervals. And this gimmicks of this lantern is that if you trigger burning reaction, time to time every 2 seconds it will accumulate 1 cent. And if you have 2 cent, which is around 4 seconds, this Lumidos case will level up and it will dealing stronger damage. As you can see in here again, let's watch when Emilie summon. You see, right? Without any burning, now trigger burning, right? You will see time to time the damage will go up. See, 1.7. So it's go up like 1.4 to 1.7, something like that. That's why I say like it will level up if you trigger burning. So that's why we can say like Emilie kit is positive evolving around team that we want to utilize in burning. And also in here they say like only one Lumidos case that only can be created at the one time. So you cannot make 2 like Yaimiko can even exist 3 times. No, it's only 1 per summon. And it can go up to level 2. That's it. And if it's not collect the any sand, meaning that if you don't trigger any burning reaction, it will back again to level 1. That's why in here like burning is very important. As for her arc is Pneuma, basically when you just use skill, it will just deal the Pneuma periodically. So you don't need even to care, it's automatically. For her burst, it's called Aromatic Explication. So basically she will summon the lantern. This is the same lantern from elemental skill. The difference is that this lantern or the Lumidos case become level 3 immediately. So this is the strongest form. Compared to skill, it can only go until level 2. But for the level 3, only exclusive when using the burst. And of course in here, the level 3 itself will dealing more damage to the enemy. And it has like additional application and damage like this range. You can see, yeah, that's the exclusive for level 3 Lumidos case, which you can only obtain from the burst itself. You can see the interval in here, 1 drop sent to you will descend every 0.3 seconds and target the opponent for every 0.7. Also additional notes in here, after the burst duration is end, she will recreate right away level 1 Lumidos case or equivalent like elemental skill. So you don't need to use elemental skill after you use the burst itself because it will just create right away. You can take a look in here. See, it become level 1 immediately without you need to use elemental skill. So you can save that for later. Even you already used the elemental skill before, the duration will be reset. See, duration will be reset. So this is actually quite good. Similar like Kokomi Jellyfish when you're using the skill. And after you use the ultimate, the skill will be kinda refresh the jellyfish. So yeah, similar like that. As for Emilie passive, there's a couple of them. First, the Lingering Fragrance. Basically, if Emilie collect 2 cents, meaning that if you keep triggering the burning reaction, then she periodically will collect the cents. And it will make her elemental skill, Lumidos case at the level 2 will deal more damage. But take notes in here that this damage that get from this passive not consider elemental skill damage. Meaning that if you like equip the artifact sets like Golden Troop will not benefit from this passive. And another thing is that if Emilie deal damage to the burning opponent, then she will increase her own damage by 15% and it can go maximum 36%, which is good. And lastly, it for survivability, whenever she has the Lumidos case or the lantern itself, Emilie and all the party itself will get 85% of pyro resistance against burning damage. So that means you will not easily die by burning, because we know that burning sometimes can kill you very fast. So that's pretty much it about Emilie kids. Overall, she's pretty much like very straightforward, just pretty much typical off-fielder. Nothing much that you can do about her. Pretty much a skill, ultimate, and swap out, and she will just periodically deal general damage to the enemy. Of course, her main gimmick is shining very well if you trigger with the burning reaction, so she specialized with the Annie. So if you probably interested with the burning, then she probably type of the character that you can try to looking for. So if you ask me how good is Emilie, is actually Emilie a good character or not? As usual, it's very hard if you just judge from the animation. You need to see the number itself, which is that's usually data man. So take note in here, it's kind of like spoiler the unreleased content. If you don't want to hear that, then stop from here. But assuming they didn't change their number itself, then Emilie actually pretty solid character, especially if you want to pair in burning related teams. She's actually pretty good, like better than mid, but of course not broken. So it's pretty much like fine character, like we can say like Chiori, but this one like instead in mostly specialized in burning reaction itself. And even some of scenario itself, it can be better than Nahida for the burning team in multi-waves content. Because we know like Nahida main weakness is what? Burn like in multi-waves, right? But Emilie doesn't have problem in multi-wave. It will keep attacking as long it still has this like lantern, and that's actually good. So overall, she's actually pretty fine character. People say like, yeah, she doesn't have any hype at all, like she's so forgettable, blah blah blah. That means like she's no good character. No, in terms of her power. I agree, like in terms of advertisement, she basically doesn't have any hype at all. Like, and yeah, because of that, that's pretty sad. I already say again that the most bad stuff about her is that it's not her power. Her power is fine. The very unfortunate stuff of her is that her release time. Her release time is just right before Netland, and the only things also make it even worse that she doesn't even have any hype, and even Hoyoverse doesn't even have any effort to make this character hype at all. Even in the Midsummer event, there's no Emilie. They only give her story quest, and that's it. It's similar like Setos, but Setos is what? 4-star, she's 5-star, but since there's no even effort to make hype around her. Even Hoyoverse itself, they don't even release teaser today. They only like release demo right away. Like, that's very unfortunate. So although I agree that her hype is non-existent, but her power is not weak at all. It's far from weak. It's actually pretty solid. Also regarding Emilie future, she's pretty much still have a lot of big opportunity, because we know like Ethan character is mostly revolving around pyro, right? So assuming they release any character that literally have kids around burning or even Bajon, then and it will be make Emilie become more relevant for the future. And let's move to the build of Emilie. Let's start first with the 5-star weapon. The best one, of course, her signature weapon, the Luminous Elegy. Whatever about this weapon for sure will be the best one. However, if you don't have, of course, the signature or you don't plan to pull, and you can use a couple of them, which is always Type of Homo, always a good choice for you to go, give you critical damage and give you a lot of attack bonus, and that's still pretty much good. And Calamity Queller, the Shanghai signature, this is still also good, give you a bunch of attack percentage and also gain elemental damage. That's still useful for Emilie. Other than that, Staff of Scarlet Sense, Sino signature, still pretty good, give you crit rate and also give you attack bonus, and that's pretty much nice. And other than that, Engulfing Lightning, although this is an ER main stat that it gives to you, but assuming like you already get a bunch of ER from here, you don't need to care about ER anymore in your substat or your main stat in your artifact sets, make it still pretty much good. Lastly, if you have Primordial Jade Wing Spear, this still pretty much also good, give you crit rate and give you also stack of attack. However, it's not really super useful because you don't use as on fielder. As for 4-star weapon, there's a couple of them that good for ML itself. The best one for free to play, and if you have this weapon from an event, then Missive with Spear still pretty much good, give you attack, and also the effect also good, give you a bunch of attack and elemental mastery. If you trigger elemental reaction, that's still pretty much nice for MLA itself. So for free to play, I think this is the best one. However, if you pay battle pass, then deathmatch also pretty much a good nice, because give you critical rate and also give like attack, especially if you have R5, it's even better. However, if you still have trouble with the energy recharge, then Favonius Lens always become a good additional, because give you ER and also helpful to get more particle also for your entire team, which is still a nice one. Other than that, if you have the Black Cliff Ball, That always a good also weapon forcer just because it gives you critical damage. That's still pretty much useful for typical character that DPS or sub-DPS like that. As for Emilie Artifact sets, there's a couple of them that good, but I will start first with the best one with General, which is Unfinished Reverie. This is the best one in general just because this set is specialized in Burning Ration, and that's what we kinda want to play with Emilie, which is in Burning team. Because 2 piece gives you attack percentage, 4 piece after leaving the combat, damage will increase by 50%, and also if you trigger Burning, it will increase by 10% until it even reach 50%. This is actually good for Burning oriented, that's why this is the best one in general. However, assuming in one whole team you don't have any Deepwood character, then Deepwood can pretty much good because 2 piece give you Dendro damage, that's useful for Emilie. 4 piece it will decrease the opponents for the Dendro resistance itself by 30%. So this is good if none of your team have Deepwood memories at all, then yeah, I really recommend to use this. However, if already someone have Deepwood memories, then just use Unfinished Reverie, it will become better. Other than that, for the alternative sets, you can equip for 4 piece of Golden Troop because 2 piece will increase your elemental skill, 4 piece will increase even further if you become a filler. However, take notes, this is not will be as good as Deepwood or even the Reverie. However, it still can become a solid substitute if you don't have those 2 4 sets. And of course, if you don't have any solid 4 piece yet, you can just do two combination of 2 piece of, let's say 2 piece of Deepwood with 2 piece of Golden Troop with 2 piece of any attack percentage, let's say like Harmonic Whimsy, Gladiator, or even Shimenawa itself is still pretty much okay. As for Artifact pen set, for the Sense, just go with attack percentage. However, if you find like you still have lack of energy for your burst itself, then you can go for energy recharge because Emilie burst is actually very important, so make sure you can have enough energy recharge. But if you assume you already have enough, then you can go with the attack percentage. As for the Goblet itself, just go with the Dendro damage bonus, that's the best one for Emilie. And then for the Circlet itself, it just depends if you need more crit rate, then go for crit rate. If you need more crit damage, then go for crit damage. For Artifact substat, just very straightforward. To prioritize is energy recharge, crit rate, crit damage, attack percentage, or elemental mastery is also still acceptable. As for Emilie team comp, basically Emilie quite relatively flexible in terms of team comp itself because as long as you pair with Pyro, she already works as a whole kit itself and she has a lot of different variation. However, in here I will just give you a couple of the recommendation from me based on my preferences so that hopefully it can inspire you. I will start first with the total burning in here, which is pretend like Emilie is Dendro MC. So Emilie, Nahida, Xiangling, and Bennett, everything just like pure burning in here. And mostly we play in the quick swap. Unless you make your Bennett as a C6, then your Bennett can become mainly best in here. And even though with this variation alone, you can just change Nahida with other character, let's say like Furina. So basically in here it can work, so you can not just trigger with just burning, but also like Fate, which is good, and also get buff from Furina. Other than that, if you want to play with Neuvillette, it also can just work just because Neuvillette can just usually put with everything and it will works. So this team also will work with Neuvillette. You can trigger like Fate and also like burning something, it's still pretty much good. And other type of variation, which is Air Fryer. And you can just put like Dendro, like Emilie in here, Kazuha, Xiangling, or Bennett, or you can just put with Fenty, but I don't have Fenty, or just like double with Sucrose, it's also can find in here. Other than that, if you just want to play with maybe like Yanfei variant here, you can just put like Emilie, Toma, also Dia can works if you want to pair with Dia, but of course Bennett the best one, but I just want to give you more variation, so I just put Toma in here. Xiangling, and the last one is Yanfei. And yeah, it's pretty much still can work. This is like mono burning. So yeah, that's pretty much it about Emilie preparation guide. So in the end, I told you I want to share whatever that I know. And I already told you before that Emilie actually a good character, especially if you want to play in a burning. It's just like very unfortunate that her release, it's basically close to Nightline, like one page before. And also like it feels however doesn't have any effort to promote this character. Feels like she's super forgettable, and people always think like, yes, because she looks like very forgettable, very like whatever filler character, she's supposed to be weak. No, she's not weak. She's actually good character. It's just like, I agree, her hype is basically non-existent. Even in the summer event, there's no Emilie. I'm surprised. They only give like dedicated story quests, and I feel like it's not justified enough. It feels like they treat her like a 4-star. But actually, power-wise, she's actually good. In fact, for me, it's better than Sichuan. But yeah, for the release time, it's very unfortunate. And one thing that I want to give you note is that her signature weapon actually have a huge gap with other alternative. Even with Staff of Homa itself, the gap is still pretty much high, just because how ridiculous her signature weapon is buffing her so much. So you can expect like her case similar like Nilo with the signature weapon, the Key of Kachnisu itself. It has quite a big gap with other alternative, so it's quite unfortunate that's too. So yeah, I hope the best of luck of you if you want to pull for Emilie. And yeah, if you like this video, feel free to hit the button and like, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.